So, about 10 seconds ago, I just finished the other video, which I'm telling you what's happening in this video. So I haven't even bothered stepping down up the wagon yet. So in the last video on this, I did the tank strap. Is there. And now I'm on with the dash. Pulling the dash apart so I can get to the heater blower, because the heater blower doesn't work anymore. I've already diagnosed it, I've been through all the fuses, I've checked the power, checked the earths, everything's working as it should do, just the heater blower isn't working. Nothing at all. Even if you try to short it out, it doesn't blow, so I've got to pull the heater box out, because I'll show you on the other one, I've got a couple of spare heater boxes in the shed from other carbs. This is not the original carb, but from the wagon. This is one of an 84 8-legger tipper, which was filthy dirty inside. It was a farm tipper, so it was minging. Hence the headcloth's a bit dirty. So I'm just on with that. I'll show you what it's like what it's going to be like on this other one, because I got the other one out to see what it's going to be like to get the dude. And I'm in two minds whether I pull the whole heater box out, the dash out heater box out, or split the heater box and change the fan motor. Let's have a look. I can show you the new one. But yeah. So that's the dash there, and it's supposed to be there. So yeah, let's go see this heater blower. Heater box. But here's the second spare one I've got out the shed. I need to kind of check it actually works. Check it works, and then I'll actually start pulling it apart. I'm going to pull the cables off because they've all been cut off anyway. Probably by me when I was little. But yep, I'll get that stripped off and then check it, make sure it works. If it works, I'm going to strip it down and clean it because it needs a clean. It's filthy dirty. And then if it works, find out whether it's easier to swap the whole box or just the motor. Got this one stripped down, and it's knackered. This one, yeah, that's tired. Oh, I also found out there's two heater blowers in it, not just one fan. There's two. So that one's haggard, and that one's haggard. Yeah. So I did pull this one out to see how it come out and see if there's any part numbers on it, and there's not. But you can see in there, this box is tired like. I might recon it one day and have a spare, but you can see all the rusty horribleness inside. So that's that box with the question. Now I've got to go dig out the other one, which is at the bottom of the pile. Lovely. Got the other box out the shed. Let it snoot. This one's missing that bar that goes across there for the recirculation flaps, but I've just noticed it's missing these two clips here, which are the ones that are going to be awkward to get to in the wagon. So I'm hoping this one's already had heater blowers put into it. So I'm going to get it pulled apart and have a look. So I've got more of the dash off. I got the front panel off the dash, or the bottom panel should I say, so I've got more access. Top's off, obviously it's there as it was before. I've got to change one of the wires. Oh, it's still on. I haven't pulled the other one yet. This wire here for the recirculation. It's always been a bit funny. It bounces back from about there, and I've just found out it's because there's a big old kink in the wire. So I'm going to use one of the other wires that I've got in the shed, or on out of the box. I'll use that one. When I get this top off, I should be able to get to it. This one's also been apart before, because there's clips missing again. So I don't know, someone else will be with me, because I haven't worked on them that long. I've been around them a long time, but I never really worked on them. F7s, Volvo F7s and F6s did have a problem with heater motors, because Dad did his on the F6 we used to have many years ago. He did that one. He said they were a pain in the ass, which the job's not horrendous, but it's not easy. It's, yeah. One of the boxes we've got in there, which is knackered, they're knackered. This one, they're knackered. The other box we've got has clips missing as well, so they've obviously been changed, or the box has been apart again, so I wonder whether there's a common problem with them. But someone else might tell us. Drop a comment, let us know. Because I'm interested to hear, and I'm also thinking about when I get these ones out, I will probably send them off to get reconned, or see if I can get someone to recon them. So I've got a good spare set to go in if they go again. It's a pain in the arse if you don't have blowers. You get cold, and then if it gets steamy, you can't demist the windscreen, which is not fun when you're driving. Back in the F7 at the minute, I'm going to, well, because my jobs didn't turn up, I'm going to pull the top off the box and see if I can get them fans in, because if I don't do it now, I'm away on holiday for 2 weeks to America next week, and if I don't do it now, I'll forget how it goes back together. So I'm going to try and get this rattled out today, and tomorrow it depends how it goes. So let's get this box pulled apart. I don't undo the heater controls themselves, but they're awkward to get undone because of the way the wires go into them. So I don't want to really disturb it, to be honest. So I'm going to pull the top off, and then hopefully I can get into the fans and get the fans replaced. Got the top off, it's there. I managed to take the top off without disturbing the controls too much. I just had to take the uppy fence off. Even though it's been apart, when we put it back together last time, put these two clips in, which are the ones that you're awkward to get to, which is surprising, because weird, you wouldn't think someone would got the bother putting those ones back in if they're missing the other ones. Oh, I'm out of breath because I've been up and doing in and out the wagon. Check that off. It's clean in there, but I think they're just seized up, I think. So hopefully, if I just throw the new fans in, might be able to get these ones apart and either rebuild the motors or get the motors rebuilt on them and have a good pair of spares. You got old kit like that, because getting the bits you need when you need them is always hard. So yeah, happy with that. Best toolkit I ever bought was that quarter drive set and the all important cup of tea doing there. I didn't want to bring it to the wagon because I didn't want to knock it over and make a mess. So let's get these fans unscrewed. I'll take this off. Don't actually know what this does. Is it a thermal cut off or is it a reset switch? I don't actually know, and I've tried to figure it out and I can't figure it out. So if anyone knows, let us know. But there again, it might be to test the fans are working before you pull the mood, and because they're not working, it doesn't work. Didn't think about that until just now. So I'll get these out, and woohoo, time to get the new ones in. I love working on this thing. This is who the fans come out. You just slide them up like this. So you got to be careful because it's all placky. I'll slide through that hole and up the way. And then these, you just grab them and they slide up. If you're careful, which I can't do one hand because I don't want to move it wonky and crack it. So let's get this pulled up. See, fans are out. Fans are out, aye. They didn't even look bad in there. Dirty. They're not dirty, you know. Crowed or whatever. They do seem a little bit stiff, but not horrendous. They might even just need a good clean out and all the contacts and points and everything cleaned out again. And they might work, but they don't work at the minute, and the ones that work, so I'm going to clean them up, make sure they're all lubed up with making sure they're all free, and throw them in, and hopefully we'll have some fans that are working. I can't get the words out there. These are the new fans. Well, not new. I think it's from the 9th month, 88. So yeah, it's an old enough fan, but can I spin that? Hold on, if I put it on 0.5, can I? You can see it spins, and it spins relatively easily. So if I go over to one of our old fans that's at the wagon, which is that one, I do the same colour. You can't. It's seized up. So to be honest, pull that apart, I might be able to look in there and have a look, see what I can do. I might even be able to get these fans to graft again and just keep them as a set of spares, because apart from that, they're good. They're better than the ones that are in that other box there, because that box is knackered. I've given them all a good blow off, a clean out, given them a quick clean off with some soapy water and a brush, a good soaking with some contact cleaner into the contacts, and then a good lubing up with some SP90 silicone spray, obviously away from the workshop so it's not getting silicons all over the workshop, but they're lovely and free now, and they don't before when you span them. Hold on, wrong thing, hold on, close before, I'll spin this, you can't really see off. There you go, you can see it's spinning lovely now, and both of them are the same. There's any before they used to squeak when you span them, so they were a little bit dry, but ready to go back in the wagon now, all lubed up, clean, ready to go. Let's get them clicked in. So I've just checked the got the fans in, should I say. Here they are, they're in, they're buttoned up. I'm just testing them before I put it back together and find out it doesn't work, because we've all done that before. Yeah, so I've got a spare switch that I had, I'm just going to throw it on, but find that one isn't spinning. I don't know why. I don't know why that one isn't graphing yet. It worked on when it was in the other box, so I don't know why it's not throwing it in yet. Unless there's a problem with the wiring in here, or this resistor pack that's doing there, then it's not giving it the power, but I don't know why. It's awkward. So I'm just doing some testing on it, and I was just checking the wires off. I noticed there's a yellow wire here that's positive that feeds this side, and there's a green that feeds this side, and there's a yellow and a green going into here. So I wiggled it and I heard a click, and I tested off before, nothing came up on the multimeter. I wiggled that, it went click, and threw it on, and hey presto, I've got power. So 23, which is about right. 18 on 2, 15, 16 on 1, and off. Hunky dory. So, I don't know what was going on with that. Let's check this earth off. This earth should work because it runs off the same earth path. Or is this earth dead? Could be this earth's dead. This could be a thing. We'll have a look at that. So I've just diagnosed it as that earth is faulty, because I've just got my earth point on there, that's the earth point. And I go, hold on, it's how if I didn't touch a dirty bit. It's got continuity there, but if I throw it onto this earth in here, nothing. So that's my problem. Let's have a look. Again, earth, I don't even know what that is. That's the problem about old stuff, you always end up looking and there's bits of wires and scotch locks and connectors and stuff everywhere. If I go on to this one, yep. Can I get it in the back of there? No, too long. Yeah, I think that earth's wrong, so I need to see why that earth isn't earthing, shall we say. So after having a quick fanny about with the multimeter, having a look around it, see if I can find anything untoward. This switch here, which is the one that was in the wagon originally off this box, which is this one, same as this. I don't know why, but it just wouldn't earth between it. I don't know what they are. It looks like a contact circuit breaker, like a trip switch. I went and got another one off one of the other boxes I had, and hey presto, one side wouldn't earth through on that switch, so I'll just check that off there. Yep. And then I got it here, and hey presto. So in theory that fan should work now, so let's try it now. Let's click back together, and she's working beautifully. 1, 2, 3. You couldn't have done that if you tried, could you? Get that out of there. You couldn't have done that if you tried. Winner. No, click it back together. just go back together and put all the clips in, including the ones in the front, and put the torch on so you can see. If you can see, can you see? There they are. There's a clip there, both sides. And I'm putting the rest of the clips in because I've got them and I might as well put them in. So I've got spares. So this is going on there. They're all on. So I've got all my clips on. Put the pipes back on. I'm just on making sure all the ductwork connections are right. Making sure all the handles are working properly, because I just put that one on because this is on the top box for the demist, and I put it in up backwards by accident to start with, so I timed it up. I set that one up so it was closed when it should have been open, so I've just done that now. So that's working hunky-dory, which you can't see. I've got to fix that because that's broken, unfortunately. Age. Back in with the Volvo, and I am having a play about with the what's that way to do? Oh, that's for that. Little turner. That's for that. A little light for when you open the fuse box. I'm having a play with the Volvo again. It's all back together. I'm just on with the feet, the floor mover, my bob things, because I found that when you move them, if you try and move them back, they don't go back, and they just kink the cables because these get in the way. So I've just readjusted them, lubed them up, and I'm going to try and figure out why that when these are in, they're too tight and causing it to hit. So I'm just going to have a funny about, see if I can pull them out the way, get them reducted a bit better. Both sides are the same, but that's what happens when you're funnying about with old wagons and cars and stuff, especially if they've all been apart, because this car was a bare shell when we started, apart from the headliner. We left the headliner in, the rest of it all came out, and we put all our interior with the original carbon. So yeah, funnying about with that, get that back together again. So I'm back in again, and yes, I have just had my hair cut. I did have my beard trimmed. I know someone's going to say they missed half of your face. It's always the same. So I've been on with cable for this side floor pointer, Hujima Bob. So I got that on. What I did is I took it off completely, and what I did was I went over, and I don't know if you can see, probably won't focus in on it. What I did, I'll show you on this one. I'll just pretend it was this one. It was kinked around here. So what I did is I went back to the vise, put it in very loosely, and straightened it out as best I could, and then fluxed and soldered it in that little section there where it was weak, and it's working lovely. So that fixed that, which I'm actually quite proud of. I didn't film it because I didn't know it was going to work. I might also do that one, because as you can see, that one's kind of buggered. So I'm going to see if I can get that one out. I'll just do it in here, because to undo it I've got to take the whole top of the box off again, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, let's have a see, gander at getting these cables sorted out, and then I get the dash built back up again and actually have heater blowers that work properly, because I've always been a little bit funny. One side works, one side doesn't. You point it here and it doesn't point there, sort of thing. Get it fixed now while I'm busy. Yeah. So a small bit of change of plan again. The cables that are in are the multi-braid or braided cable style, and once they're kinked and knackered, they're just not working properly. One of the other boxes we had, annoyingly, must have had the updated new or cables replaced with the new style cable that you would use on this sort of stuff, which is a solid core. But when the car's been stripped, they've been cut, which is kind of annoying. It's probably me when I think when we stripped that carb, I would have been, probably about 6, 7. So yeah. So I've been and bought some new inner core. That was about £8 that roll. I'm gonna make new cables. Use the old outers. I might, if I can, see if I can use these outers from the new updated versions, and use that. Just gonna grab this important cup of tea. So this is the new cable I'm gonna use, and hopefully I think it's here. I think this is the tipper box, which was filthy dirty. It was minging. It was a farm tipper when we got that cab. And I've taken all the cables off, and I don't know where they've all gone. That's nope. But you can see here, this is what the other ones are like. This has obviously been cut, but they're all frayed and braided, and I've tried to strengthen them, soldered them up, stuff. It hasn't worked. So I'm just gonna have a look on here. I got a feeling they've all been cut. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna go and use. I think I'll probably use that box as outers, and then make up the new cables with this, and loop them all up and put them together, and hopefully we'll get fully working heater controls again. Because at the minute a couple of them are a bit dodgy. Hopefully. Yeah, so this is the kind of stuff you have to put up with when you're doing up old vehicles. Stuff that you can't get, you gotta make. So here's the old cable here. Can you see it? No, you can. I'm just pulling the old cable. So I've got the Uta. Because this Uta has an end on. That's right. This Uta has an end on, which I want to use. I'm going to use that as a length. Oh, you can see. Can you see? It's braided, which means it's once it's kinked, it's knackered. You knackered. Sweet, get go. No, do what you want to do. Look at this new, nice, solid piece. I'm gonna see if I can turn the camera on. Can I turn the camera on? However, I can't see what I'm doing on the film. You can just see me belly now. Yeah, you can see it now. I'm getting the new cables, which I've just got. I'm going to use, I hope that goes too far out actually. So that out there is going to go in there. Lovely. I'll obviously love to throw some squirty dirty doing there. Where did it go? That's it. Oh, my pliers with the wagon man. Now I'm going to use this. This is the original length to make the new one. I need to go out with pliers. Let me mark this one. Obviously getting a little bit longer than required, so I've got a bit of leeway. So it wants to be good here. I'll snip that end off. Got it. Squirty. I'll send this doing its hole, doing its neck hole, and it's silicone. Where the hell should I do this? I'll do this outside. There we go, squirty. I'm going to put some squirty on the cable itself, right? Just to be sure. I'm not too worried about a little bit of silicone here at the minute because now my job's cancelled. So let's just thread that doing its neck hole. There we are. That's kind of draggy, that like. Buried. There we go, so that's that one. And then I just need to get my dinky plier and tools. And I'm going to copy. You see that end there? Oh, you see the end nice there. I'm going to hold that up. I'm going to copy that end. It's just a 90, a 90, and then a 90 again. But I need two sets of pliers for this. Ooh, my tea! My tea, man! Oh, you don't know. I'm back. I'm not back. I need pliers. Need many pliers set. Tea! So, yeah, I'm going to follow this one. I need to change my pliers. You can see that's my new bendy bend. That's going to go into the box side, and then I need to do one on the top end. I'm going to get different price for that because I usually big uns, and the big uns are too long. So now I am pulling the top of the box off again so I can get to the cable that controls the recirculation flaps, because they're doing the back of there. So I'm pulling the top of the box off because I'm going to make a new one. It's going to kick me OCD's head in if I didn't. But the new cable's on. So it's on, it's working hunky-dory. I don't want to move it yet because I'm in the middle of moving all this stuff about. So yeah, I've got to pull them 2 clips off the back. I do know that the clip that holds the cable in, you got to get from the front underneath the box. So I'm going to have to pull the front panel up again, bonnet up again, knock the clip and then pull it back out again. But see what I get on with, see how it gets on. That was back off. I'm going to get this undone from here. I might be able to nick this out from the bottom, like, and then I pull this off and make a new one. It's good. Now, this is the old cable. I've just cut the new one to size. I'm going to be pulling this one out. It was all kinked up and knackered, so I'm going to pull this out. Obviously throw some squirty dirty doing the outer, and send that doing its neck. Rebend the ends on and throw it together, and then hopefully we should have a full set of working controls in the wagon. It's good. It's exciting. It's exciting. The one's made. It's made. The outer is a bit tired, but it'll do the job nicely still. I'm just about to put that into the controls, and then I can get the dash button back together. I was hoping to have the dash together much earlier, but I decided to do this instead, which in the long run will be worth it, because it means you actually have working heater controls. Lovely. Look at that, man. Lovely. Get this click back together. She's all back together now. So I'm going to be just putting the dash back together now. Remembering where wires go and bolts go and stuff. But now all the pipes are on. Oh, I need to put the pipes on for the ducts out of here, on this front panel here. And then, yeah, click the dash back together and put the switches back in, and she's good again. Lovely. It'd be nice to have some blowers in it again. So if it does get misty in here, then we can get dried off again, because it wasn't very good if you can't get dried off, like. She's going back together now. So I've got the top in, all the clips are on. I'm just putting the wiring looms back in place, sort of, PTOs, and then I'm just going to stick it back where it was. I'm hoping to find in the shed an undisturbed dash, because ours has the hole in the centre of the dash for the PTO. And I'm hoping to find that we've got a one that doesn't have the PTO on the top, and I can put PTO down there and have a nice clean dash. But it's no worries if I don't, because it doesn't look too bad there anyway. So click this all back together. Just tightening this up now. Everything's working and timed up, and all the pipes are on. I need to put these pipes back in, and this is back on. But yeah, we're getting there now. It's getting back together quite nicely. It's nearly back together now. I got the ashtrays to go in. I've actually just rewired in the cigarette lighter, or the 24 volt outlet. Got the diff lock in, the fog lights in, the rest are blanks. I did have a load of switches in from when I was younger. I found like the other bits of wiring looms for like work lights and stuff, but I wired them in with the wrong plugs. So I think that's like a PTO engage, and we've got a PTO disengage button, and yeah, stuff like that. PTO's in. Hopefully I can relocate that doing there one day, if I can find one that doesn't have that's been chopped up. Beacons are on. You can't see the light. Anything else to say? I don't think so. We'll get this. I've got the blanks to go back in, and then we're ready to go. We're hunky-dory. So the dash is all back together. I've got I couldn't find the ones that I was thinking of, but I took out and put somewhere safe many years ago. But I've got the ones in that I need, and I've got one of the spare dashes. So we've got 2 blanks up here. We've got the diff lock, fog light, blanks, and beacons. Beacons on, yep. We've got heater mirrors in it wired in, because I just not, and plus when are we ever going to need heated mirrors when it gets out in the winter? But they're there, and they would work if I wired them in properly again. To be fair, they're wired in back there. They're not wired into the doors because, if I can show you on this spot, whoever took this mirror off many years ago cut the wire off there. That was before me and Dad did that one. So we didn't actually cut that wire off. So if I have to, I'll redo that wire. The other side's the same, except it's been cut off and it's halfway down the tube. Doesn't matter for us, not really. The glass probably isn't even heated glass now. It's been knocked through a while ago. Got the lights, hazards, tick tock, lights, side steps, mains, yep. And then, it would help to turn ignition on night, wouldn't it? 1 speed, 2 speed, 3 speed. Oh, now it's blowing all the dust out. It's blowing all the dust out of the But we've never had heater blowers on this side for a long time. And I think that's because one of the fan motors was actually because we've got 2 fan motors, as you see. I think one does one side and the other does the other side. And it seemed to be that it probably would have been that this side one actually packed up earlier, and I just thought it was a block pipe or something. So now it's clear. We've got working heaters, working heater controls. We're hunky dory there. I've just got to have a next video I'm going to be doing is having a look at the gauges, because this fuel gauge flickers on and off. I'm just going to check that, and also the clock doesn't work on it anymore. That was just one of those things where it just didn't work. Joys of stuff's on, so yeah, going to be having a play with this for a few minutes. I'm going to get it started, and yeah, don't know what else to say now. Yeah, she's up and running. Fans are blowing lovely. Put it on warm. Should blow some warm air. Or should. Might not blow warm yet, 'cause it's not hot yet, but the hand throttle's working. That was it. Hand throttle's working. That's working, that's working. Toot toot. Yeah, hunky dory. So I'll do this video. I'm going to be pulling the dash apart. Pull the dash apart and have a look at that, because I need tea. And what else? Probably just get on, clean it, polish it soon, like, because it's dirty. But I think next year I'm going to aim to have it at Peterborough Truck Fest, as well as a couple of the shows. So yeah, never know, I might get it there if I'm lucky. Yeah. Until we'll crack on, and you'll see us in another video. Until next time. So